Yeah, we are live. We are live. RT Bear here, coming to you live from Hack Shack Studios. We got a great show for you tonight. The Pontificators. We're going to be pontificating our butts off for you. Um, I think I used to do a show called Versus, and we when Taylor Grosso worked here, it was a lot of fun. We did like basically pop culture or trailers, movie trailers against each other. Like what we're do to that tonight is like Ironheart versus Superman, Battle of the Trailers. It's not even going to be a competition, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be an excuse to talk about these two new comic book related uh, shows coming up, and yeah, it'll give us an excuse to talk, geek out about it, and and I'm sure other things will come up as we go along. But yeah, and you guys like with the Superman stuff and the Ironheart, chime in. Let us know your thoughts because let's take advantage of what we can do with these live streams. And I would really like to hear your input because I got my feelings. I really want to tell you, I'm dying to tell you about these two shows, mostly Superman. To be honest, I mean Ironheart, yeah. But Superman, and then also I'm sure we're gonna riff on the FF a little bit. And there's a Tron trailer that dropped a couple days. It was like a teaser trailer, and I thought it showed some promise as well. But before we go any further, before we go any further, I haven't even been drinking today. I think I'm just tired. Let's get the guys in here. We haven't had the privilege of having this guy on in a while, and he's multi talented. He can write, draw, color, you name it, he can do it, and he's entertaining on this program. And he's back, Mr. Pedro Ang.
Hey, how you guys doing? It's been a while.
Good, we're doing good. I heard you were digging a moat around your property.
It feels like, but yeah, like it's not like water problems, but I mean you do a job and then there's another problem and it was like a cascade. So I've been digging a lot lately, and drawing. So
yeah. I hate that. I was working in the yard and I had just replaced like a sprinkler line on the one side, and then some weird apparatus. I don't know what this thing is. I'm gonna have to look into it. I hit it with the hose.
Ooh.
Not a hose, with the shovel.
The shovel.
And I just barely tapped it, and this little piece came off, right? So then I ran a manual cycle the other morning, and then there's like water going all over the place.
No.
I don't know what the hell this thing was. It's got to be some kind of regulator or something, but I'm going to have to look it up and find out. Because there's one thing I don't do anymore, Pedro, is I don't hire people. I do it all myself.
Okay.
You know why? Because people suck.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
No one can do the job right, man. Even if I don't know how to do it, and I'll Google, and I'll figure it out, I still do it way better than they do. So
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Nothing.
People suck.
People suck. Yeah. Well, we have a few people that are on this show and they don't suck.
They don't suck.
But this guy is the master of sexy, and you should definitely look into his books. He's got multiples, but his newest one is Blue Bombshell Returns. So let's get Mr. Clint Helinski in here. He always has good input. Let's find out what he thinks about these new trailers. We'll get into that. Oh, there you go. Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Look at that.
Oh, look at that, dude. The Blue Bombshell.
Like when they bounce.
Yeah.
Watch them jiggle. It's like Jello. See it wiggle.
The best ones are like Jello art.
Yeah, the real ones.
You don't like the
very top-notch ones are just like Jello.
Yeah.
You don't like the hard ones that stand up when they lay on their back?
Oh, that's
no.
That's surgery. Yeah, that's surgery.
There's one Russian at a Comic-Con
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what party it was. There's this Wizard World Chicago. They had a stripper, a Russian girl, and she had like the rock hard baseball implants, and she was like telling us about them and that they went hard, and she doesn't like them anymore. And then all the guys got to go get a feel for it.
Obviously.
It was a good Comic-Con convention party.
There is something about like a woman that I've had this experience a couple times that has just had a breast augmentation operation, and they like people to touch them.
Yeah,
they like people to touch them, and they want to show them to you.
that's why I hang out at outside clinics.
Pedro's a master of holding up the light post.
No.
He just kind of leans back, lights up a cigarette. Hey,
That's
baby.
a genius. That's a genius location.
Yeah. Hey, Clint, have you lost weight, sir?
I have lost weight,
Yeah. You're looking
and
good.
I'm tanner. I'm trying to get darker.
Darker.
Tan fat always looks better than white fat.
So
Yeah,
how's that working out for you?
Hold it on the dark.
It's been in the 80s the last 4 days here,
Yeah.
so it's been awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, we got my brother from another mother, Mr. Todd Mulrooney. What's up?
Woo, Todd.
What's going on, guys?
Yeah, I can't
So
wait
Todd.
for Todd's input.
Yeah.
Well, Clint is looking a little thinner, but he's
Yeah.
definitely looking the same weight as he always looks.
Oh, come on!
I didn't want to say anything, but Todd
It's
just
darker.
came in with the shovel, man.
Todd always comes in with the shovel.
Yeah.
He doesn't lie, that's for sure. No, you look good, and Todd, yeah, you look okay.
Eh.
Yeah.
We all look
I mean-
fantastic.
The Fantastic Four. There you go.
For what we're all
I wouldn't
fighting
go
for.
that far. Let's say fantastic.
How is Pedro?
How far would you go, Pedro?
Okay. We'll look
The
okay.
Fantastic okay?
We
Or
look-
the
we look
no, the okay
okay.
four? The
I-
okay
Yeah, the
four.
okay for.
I've got a sneaking suspicion FF is gonna bomb.
Wow, Pedro
Oh, yeah.
sporting the Boston.
You know what?
There
Let's
you go.
start there because I do want to get into that because I heard they just went into reshoots, and I kind of have the same gut with you, Clint. And I think the reason why I feel that it's real, it's honest, is because I kind of don't want to see the movie anymore. Like personally, like I don't want to see it. Like if I hear one more negative thing about it, I probably just will not go see it. And I was like really excited about it, even though I thought, well, it could go bad. You know, most things can. But those two actors coming out saying some crazy stuff, and then Pedro Pascual like saying just nutty shit as well.
Hey, dude.
And then
His name had to be Pedro, right?
It had
Yeah. It had
Can
to
you
be.
explain so the people who are watching know what we're talking about?
with
Fantastic Four movie.
the interviews. Okay, so two of the actors, I don't know the actor's name. There's the one that is playing the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, and Sue Storm have come out in the press, and they're both kind of saying the same things, where their characters in the comics in the past, in the case of Sue Storm, she's a little too housewifey, a little too from the past, so they didn't feel like it would connect or resonate with people. But the thing is, I thought that was the whole point of doing this retro, like we're going to aesthetically do everything in this retro fashion. But as far as the sensibilities of the time, we're not going to do those. So there's that. And then there's Johnny Storm that said, he didn't like, he doesn't want to play him as the hothead, the womanizer, whatever. He's going to be this understanding and enlightened gentleman. And I'm like,
no.
why? Why would you do that? It's not the character. Yeah.
They want to play. They want to play to their PC crowd, which
They want
is
to play
always a
themselves.
losing gambit. Like originally, when I heard that they were going to do the retro like 60s kind of vibe, and it was going to, and then I figured that's going to be set outside of the Marvel 616 universe. And initially it looked cool, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of neat. And this will play into what we're going to be talking about later. But everything that I've seen, it looks like a very it looks like a very slow movie. It's directed by the guy who did WandaVision, which I did enjoy, but was also a very slow build up. Wasn't like an action-packed summer blockbuster. This is going to be summer blockbuster month, June, July, that time frame. And this doesn't look blockbuster at all. It looks like a cog in the Marvel wheel, and they're kind of trying to play off of that kind of time period piece of it. And I just don't know that's going to play to summer audiences. I think kids are going to be bored with it. I think Marvel's already had a bad reputation from everything after Infinity War or Infinity Crisis. Yeah, exactly. So like this looks like a slow movie. It doesn't look. After seeing Superman today, like I think Superman's going to eat Fantastic Four's lunch. Like
I'm kind of hoping, because I don't think Disney has learned their lesson yet.
No.
So I think if their the big Marvel tentpole movie doesn't do well, then they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. They have to, otherwise, they're going to have to go. I don't know, start dealing with the Middle East and Dubai and building, Disney parks and, in the middle of the desert.
Where the money is.
Yeah, Disney Yemen. Yeah, just.
Yeah. Start dealing with people that their culture doesn't quite, and their morals don't quite mesh with ours. But, whatever.
Don't get jealous. It's all right.
I'm jealous?
No, Pedro. I'm telling Pedro not to be jealous. It's all right.
Oh,
Nobody even knows what Panama is. It's no big deal.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Todd. Yeah, just
look at Todd just laughing at his own joke.
Because he's like, yay, Disney Dubai. I'm like,
Disney Yemen.
Yeah. Oh, Disney Yemen. We'll
Disney
get you one
Dubai.
someday. How about a Six Flags? You want a Six Flags?
Dude, Yemen is in Africa. It's not even close to Panama. What are you talking about, Todd?
I'm saying you're jealous.
Why would I be jealous about
Because you're not getting a Disney park, okay?
Yeah. I don't want a Disney park. Are you crazy?
Could you imagine Pedro? At a
We'll
Disney
get you a
park?
big Ferris wheel that goes over the Panama Canal. How about that?
Dude, I hated Disney ever since I studied animation. I don't like the parks. Never been a fan.
But
actually,
anyways,
I went with my wife when I was married, and I think that's one of the reasons I got divorced. Because, dude, I had the worst time in my life. I was like, what's wrong with this? Like, dude, this guy exploited all the animators. This is just like a horror house, haunted house for me. So no.
Well, the park is just basically like waiting in line. It's just like a lot of
That's what
line.
it seems like. I've never done it, but it seems like a lot of waiting in line for the rest for your whatever the amount of money you're spending there.
Yeah. Well, now you can spend more money and bypass the line. So
Yes, of course. More money always gets you to the front.
Yeah, but anyway, just to tie it into the parks, I heard like Disney's so cocky about this Fantastic Four. I actually heard that they're talking about possibly redoing their Tomorrowland with the Fantastic Four aesthetic.
Well, and that might be why they did the retro. There might be other reasons in it. It's like, oh, we could like switch this, and then because Tomorrowland was such a bomb, that movie could have been so cool, and then George Clooney's touch just shit all over it, and that was such a garbage movie.
But I think their hopes were that they could bring some of those designs and those ideas into the park. And I think that I've heard talk about that with the FF. And the thing is, man, first you got to make a really good movie. Like that's the one thing
give a shit about.
Forget. Yeah, just make a good movie, and then you can go, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do that. I know it takes time to build this shit, but I mean, otherwise, you have that Galaxy's Edge kind of situation. You have one hit, but then you follow it up with a Ryan Johnson film. The whole franchise tanks, and now you're stuck with two freaking, Disney World, Star Wars parks that no one likes. Yeah, it's crazy.
They've done it to themselves.
They sure have. Let me get this leg kick for $2 super chat. Spider-Man Noir trailer. Check it out. Hi guys. Yeah, it's got Nick Cage. How could it go bad, man? Even if it's cheesy, it's Nick Cage cheesy. You know what I mean? Like he is the exception.
Yeah. Do you guys enjoy Ghost Rider?
I did.
I like the first one. It
Yeah,
was.
the first
I'm not saying it was a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
Entertaining.
Yeah, dude. The transformation, like when he was doing like full out Nick Cage turning into the dude, that acting, like he's like screaming and laughing and screaming and like who could have done that? But Nick Cage.
No one. And you know what? I could believe him as being a daredevil. He seems kind of crazy.
I loved his hairpiece that he was using. And I love the actor that they used as the younger version of him. And then they had to have a younger version of who is the love interest in there? She's married to Ryan Gosling.
It's not that Ava Mendes.
Ava Mendes. Yeah. And like Ava Mendes is already like 30 years younger than Nick Cage. So then they do like younger versions of them where they're like the same age. And I'm like, well, how does that work? So as the younger versions of them are like high school sweethearts, and then the older versions of them are like Eva Mendes is 30 and Nick Cage is like 63.
63, yeah.
You know what? It's Hollywood magic.
Being a daredevil ages you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it pops you up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Talk to Evil. Evil Knievel.
All I ever wanted was National Treasures 3. That's all I
Dude,
wanted.
you know what? I will say National Treasure, both those movies are guilty pleasures of mine.
Yeah. They're
fun.
I really enjoy it.
The first one is awesome. The second one's really good. The first one is awesome. So I wanted a really solid National Treasure.
Well, who's the actor that
Sean
played the
Bean
villain?
does not die on National Treasure.
Sean Bean.
Yeah. Sean Bean.
He's in the second one, but who's the villain in the first?
Sean Bean.
Ed. No, it's Ed, or was he in the second one?
Yeah, the guy you're thinking of was the second one.
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris is the second one. Sean Bean's the first one. Sean Bean's awesome as the bad guy.
And he dies in every movie.
Yes.
But he doesn't die in National Treasure. So
okay, so we got that. So
here's the tie into one of my projects. My bad guy comic book is a twist on James Bond. Mm-hmm. It's totally based off of Sean Bean and GoldenEye.
You know what? That was disappointing. That movie was disappointing because I thought the premise was great. It starts great. But you know what? That movie repeats itself 3 times. I only saw it once, so I probably won't be able to recall it perfectly.
And GoldenEye, you got one?
I think it's GoldenEye because Bond gets captured, escapes, gets captured, escapes, gets captured, escapes. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So just so you know, reportedly, National Treasure 3 is a go.
Nice.
Oh, well, there you go. Something to look forward to.
If anything, Nick Cage has become even more Nick Cageier. So, like, why wouldn't you do like a big budget National Treasure movie with Nick Cage?
Yeah.
And if Sean Bean didn't die, bring him back as the villain. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be perfect.
And you know what? His girlfriend, wife, whatever, that little
blonde chick,
British chick. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, genetics wise, I'm betting she still looks smoking hot.
Yeah. Another movie where Sean Bean doesn't die, but the movie is a piece of garbage. Pixels. And why do I bring Pixels? Because
was he in Pixels?
Yeah, he's like a British colonel, and he does the Benny Hill tap on one of the guys. It's like, dude, just because of that, I love that movie.
We're talking Adam Sandler Pixels?
Yeah.
Oh God, I gotta go back and watch that. I don't even know.
That movie's a piece of garbage. But
you know, I just realized who'd be a great Brooks Gray. Sean Bean. He's old enough now; he can pull it off, man.
Oh yeah.
That would be great. He's
He
British.
can rock that eye patch. Yeah.
Yeah, he could rock
I
the
just
eye.
remember King of Queens was the president, so that was good casting.
Yeah.
King of Queens was the oh in Pixels.
Yeah, Texas. Yeah, no, that movie was.
We're all over the board here.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the Fantastic Four though. So we talked about it. Okay, so I think it was Clint or it was Comic Book Bob brought up the premise. Okay, so and this was before more information came out because I think we called it where Galactus comes in, he's going to eat the world, and somehow the Fantastic Four, Superman style, Kal-El style, gets launched from that planet or that timeline and lands in the I guess cinematic, the Marvel cinematic timeline. And so then, I had said they can't do that. That's a depressing ass movie. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So they build, just to back up for Todd, because Todd likes backstory. So just to back up, okay, everything in the trailer, they show the world building. Mostly the Fantastic Four trailer that they've showed so far is world building, right? They show this retro world. They show how everybody loves the Fantastic Four. They show the kids love Ben Grimm, all this stuff, right? And so you spend 2 hours in this world. Galactus comes and eats it. That's not a good ending.
Yeah, it's very uplifting. Yeah.
That's like you talk about a bad investment in a story. Like, you can go, okay, that's the beginning of a story, but you can't end it on that. And like, okay, we're gonna follow it up, with whatever movie 2 years from now. No, you can't do that. Okay, just think about. Okay, I was talking to my wife about. She doesn't care about. Well, she kind of does, but okay, Star Wars, the first Star Wars, right? Princess Leia. She's brought in there and she gets to watch her homeland blown up, right? And so we like Princess Leia or Leia. We like her. These guys are evil, but we didn't just watch everybody on Alderaan for 2 hours, fall in love with them, their culture, all this stuff, and then blow up this planet, right?
Yeah, like we don't know nothing about Alderanian cuisine or.
Yeah, you
like
just
their dances
and just from the. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Just from the trailers, that seems like what the movie is going to be. It's going to be like all the nuances of them being the celebrity heroes of their planet, and then diving into the planet that time. It's like it's a period piece basically. It's a 60s period piece with them being a family and them having superpowers. And then Galactus shows up, and then boom, no more. Like that seems like that's all the movie is. Doesn't look like a lot of action until like Galactus shows up.
We also came up with those theories, I think, before they had brought in Franklin. So before they had, did that trailer where it's like, oh, you're pregnant, oh, great, all that stuff, right? So then. Now Franklin throws a little bit like, could Galactus be there for Franklin? But either way, it looks like the Fantastic Four have brought Galactus there, right? For some reason, like either when they were lost in space, they brought Galactus here or something. So they seem like they're the reason why it's happening. So if you do that, then they're personally responsible for the death of this reality. How do you make a hero? It's a Fantastic Four. How do you make a hero out of that? Like, that's worse than getting your best friend killed or something like that. That's like the whole timeline. That whole world gets destroyed. So I heard they went back to the reshooting and they're redoing the ending. So my theory is that somehow they save the world from Galactus eating it. But somehow they still have to put Galactus down. So then Galactus is still the ongoing villain. So then they go to this different timeline. And so their fear is Galactus is going to follow them as well. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like it could be that it ends on a cliffhanger, like he's about to eat it, and they do it like a dimensional jump to our reality. It's like we need something from you guys. Where's Tony Stark? He's dead. Oh no.
Oh no, that's even worse, man. It's like 2 hours. It's like, oh well, guess what? None of that's real. None of it's all.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. So I know Clint. Clint, what do you got? What do you got?
I don't. For as far as the trailers go, as far as building excitement for the movie, I think Marvel's got the deck stacked against them. Thunderbolts was a very good movie and a good story, good characters. Underperformed worse than Cap 4, Brave New World. Brave New World was a garbage movie. Like it had zero story to it. It had nothing to root for. The Red Hulk was just a trick. They played CGI. Thunderbolts was entertaining, but they still couldn't get Marvel fans out in numbers to watch that movie.
Well, is Derek? Is he right? I think Doom shows up at the end of Thunderbolts. Is that right?
No, not that I saw.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything like
No.
that. Yeah.
They're saving Doom for the next thing. That's the big Robert Downey Jr. trick that they're hoping will, Marvel's dug the hole for themselves. They put themselves behind the 8 ball here with the fans, with so many mediocre movies back to back to back to back. I mean, really, I think Cap 4 killed Thunderbolts before Thunderbolts even had a chance. And Thunderbolts was one of the better movies, had a good story, good characters. Like, it was just all around an enjoyable movie, but it did worse than Cap 4 because Cap 4 had Red Hulk and people just showed up to see that.
Okay, so there's a clarification. The ship is supposed to be the Fantastic Four, but I think it's Doom.
And that's the thing, is that whole ship with the Fantastic Four symbol on it could be a red herring. It could be misleading. It could be any of the above. So he's not wrong. But what they desperately wanted was to build some excitement for the Fantastic Four movie. So that was very heavy-handed with putting the ship in the trailer, because that was not one of the original end credits for Thunderbolts. So that shows you the kind of levels they are for desperation. Is like, we got to do something to get people excited for Fantastic Four. Well, people weren't even excited for Thunderbolts, and then their post-credit scene is Fantastic Four, and it's like, I don't think that's swinging that much momentum before this movie comes out. The trailers have been uninspiring to me. I think the Thing looks good. I think
let me back up for a minute. Like you were saying the thing about the trailer and the little Fantastic Four ship coming in and the credits and all that. Well, the thing is, the reason why those end credit scenes work a lot of times is because they've been set up. Like, there's been a plot line that's been teased throughout the story. So like when I don't know when at the end of Iron Man, when Nick Fury says you're part of a bigger world and you just don't know it yet, blah blah blah, all that stuff. It felt like it belonged. Like that Fantastic Four ship just feels like some executive said, we need to tie this in for the next movie. Let's just show the ship. Because the thing is, it doesn't feel authentic with the Thunderbolts.
Not at all.
The Thunderbolts aren't a galactic organization. They're not like, they don't even have a galactic character. Like the Avengers, the original Avengers had Thor. So at least that kind of makes sense that you have like this galactic character. But they have a powerful character, which is that Sentinel, but they don't have a galactic character. They seem more like they're Earth-based. You know what I mean? Like they're street level guy. Like, and then all of a sudden there's a ship and they're supposed to be looking, we're policing space now. Yeah. Oh, really?
What the hell? I don't know. Like the whole thing with the Sentry, like this guy's an agoraphobic, like split personality. He's not really like like somebody you can count on, like Thor, for example. So maybe in a power level, but just the character itself. I've always been afraid of the Sentry, personally.
For the movies, he's perfect though.
Yeah.
They can play him off as like, oh, I can't use my powers. I can't use my powers until they really want to like blow the lid off of one of the bigger movies later on. Yeah. And then it's like it's like the Hulk. When is the Hulk going to show up? It's like, oh, when is the Sentry going to show up?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
How bad do things have to get? And then like you got like this major level villain. So that's kind of the trick with the Sentry is you can play him off as Bob for as long as you need to, and then it's like it gets the audience waiting for that. When are things going to get so bad that the Sentry actually shows up? And then does that fix things or does it actually make things worse?
Dude, like I don't know. To me, one of the most powerful moments in Marvel history is when the Sentry just split Ares in two. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Sentry's supposed to be scary. He's not supposed to be like, ooh, here he comes to save the day. Like when Punisher shot at him and he just like came like this with the bullet and were you trying to shoot me, boy? You know, like that's a Sentry. So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I mean, Clint brought up the Hulk, and that's a good comparison because like when I was a kid, you didn't really know what the Hulk was going to do. Like he wasn't always like, oh, he's going to do the right thing. Sometimes he would just go on a rampage. Like you couldn't control him. You didn't know if he was going to be good or bad. And I think
the Hulk thing
is kind of that character. Although like Marvel never really did the Hulk never met its full potential with the Marvel movies Ruffalo when he played the character. I don't think it ever really met its potential.
Ruffalo, if anything, probably the closest they got was the second one with Ed Norton.
Yeah, with Ed Norton.
That at least had the feel of like a real kind of Hulk story. All the stuff with Hulk in the Avengers has been
we're never gonna get World Breaker for Hulk. Okay, so I'm just like I accept
the best thing they did in recent history was that where they did the Hulk in the gladiatorial with Thor like that scene is really pretty good. And
that's straight from Planet Hulk. Actually,
Planet Hulk. They used that and they did it pretty well.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. That movie had moments. But let's get into okay, so we got the Ironheart trailer. We have the Superman trailer. Which one do you guys want?
We should probably do the Ironheart trailer, get it out of the way, and then really enjoy the Superman trailer.
This is very embarrassing to me. The Iron. I'm not gonna say anything else, but
we want to end on a good note. So I would say we do Ironheart trailer first, and then we can get into the depths of Superman. Superman's got a lot going on in the trailer.
Let's rip this Band-Aid.
Ironheart. I'm not sure anybody cares what's going on in the Ironheart trailer.
Well, you know what? I thought Ironheart was going to be theatrically released, so I was relieved to know that it's actually a Disney Plus movie or show.
Disney has got to just be bleeding money on Disney Plus at this point. They're just going to be losing money hand over fist.
I mean,
none of these Disney Plus released shows are making a dent anywhere.
You think this would be better as a tax write-off?
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, you guys are all watching them, even though you don't like them. You're still watching them. That doesn't.
I'm not watching any of them. How dare you?
I haven't watched any of these shows. Yeah. I haven't watched any of the Star Wars stuff.
How are you talk about them every week? How are you talking about them?
You see the clips on. I see the clips on TikTok or.
Oh, you're watching the clips on TikTok.
Clips, but like it all looks like garbage. I haven't watched Daredevil. I haven't watched.
Daredevil was actually pretty good.
It didn't look good.
That's what I heard. Actually, I checked out.
It looked the same. How did it not look good? It looked exactly the same.
There wasn't anything that was interesting to me.
But I checked out a Disney Plus with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that was really disgusting. It was really, really bad. Just the feel, the politics, everything. It felt so bad. It felt like it was just exploitation. That's all it was. Okay,
Yeah,
I just want to back up. I did see Black Panther. This actress, this character is completely unlikable. From the director of Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Fever, yeah.
Hello. I need to steal some stuff from Tony Stark.
For real?
The other part the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
What is this?
Your interview. You will suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor. Or you will find a gas mask. Good luck.
There was always the gas mask there. She could have grabbed it any time.
Why does that sound like Michael B. Jordan?
What's that?
Why does it sound like Michael B. Jordan?
Maybe it is.
No, it's not.
It's the Hood. What is his name?
So they start out with the premise of the Saw.
Wait a minute. She pulled that. Wait a minute. She's not super strong, right? How did she bend that rail? Like pop it right off the wall. Look at this. You can't do that. Wait a minute. So the elevator never moved, it just trapped her.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you in or out?
There's a big old wad of hundreds right there. Okay, so she's a genius, and this guy's paying her for something.
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
Acknowledged for your greatness.
Aren't we all waiting to be acknowledged for our greatness?
Well, let's back up.
I've been acknowledged for my greatness. Is overrated, guys. Okay, so just stop it.
How dare you?
If anything,
Yeah.
I've been too acknowledged for my greatness.
For my
and,
greatness,
like,
it's
after a
just-
while, it gets a little old.
Yeah, it gets old. It's just come on, guys.
Some of you guys just ignore my greatness and not
just
give
tone
me
it down.
all the acknowledgement.
Tone it down. You know, like I'm trying to have a beer here. Just leave my
The
greatness
dialogue is so bad. It's just it's so like as the kids say cringeworthy.
Well, let's
I don't
back
think
up
they
for a
say that
minute.
anymore,
Okay, so
but,
let's
yeah.
back up. So he's saying you haven't been whatever for your success. Okay, so she stole the technology from Tony Stark, right? She didn't earn it. She didn't build it from scratch. You know, Tony Stark built it in a cave. You know,
With a bunch of crabs. With a bunch of scraps.
with scraps, yeah. And so this woman is stealing the ideas, and also the thing is in that Wakanda, the second Black Panther movie, what's her name, Shiri or whatever her name is, she helped her build that Ironheart suit, like the one that they used in the end of that movie. That wasn't just this girl, that was her and that other genius.
You'd think if they were geniuses, they would make the armor look a little bit cooler. Because good God, the armor looks like shit.
Like garbage, yeah.
Well, this one does for sure.
You are not
The last one did too.
Yeah. Well, I mean the Ironheart suit. None of them have looked good.
No, they have not looked good at all. It's like
Yeah.
it I don't know what it is. It seems like they set some of these movies up for failure.
It looks like plastic. That's the thing.
Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely.
But also there was nothing about the design that was cool. And I just want to say this. When you start off a character and you want them to be likable, and they steal the technology from somebody, they're already kind of like villains, right? You know, like and then I think in this trailer she says she needs to be acknowledged or whatever for her greatness. Like that's what villains, that's like their motivation. That's usually not a hero's motivation. Like she never once says, I want this suit so I can help people. I want to make their lives better. I want to do something with this technology. I want to give it back to the people or whatever. No, it's totally self-serving. And
I want to see me.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're never going to make a likable character unless the story arc is that they learn a lesson, right? Unless she gets humbled and gets knocked down a peg, kind of like Tony Stark did. But also, let's back up. Tony Stark was a likable asshole. She's not a likable asshole. She's just an asshole.
Just an asshole, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, let's go further with this.
Genius at MIT.
She's a genius. Once again, you guys, she's a genius. And she's still a student. She's a student, but she's a genius at MIT. How does that work?
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms? Because I'm self-destructive. I'm a narcissist.
I know what she's gonna say, but I can't say it on this show because then the show's gonna get flat.
Okay, so here's her partner in crime that helped her create the technology.
My internship abroad.
Her internship. Her internship.
They're the salt and pepper of science.
Yeah. And she's learned so much that she's back in like you know, her kitchen with an anvil, like hammering out like tech.
I want to build something undeniable.
She wants to build something undeniable, not to help anybody, but just undeniable.
Something
Important.
Important to what? To helping people? To her ego?
iconic.
Iconic. So once again, nothing about helping people. She just wants to create armor so that it can be self-congratulatory. Just kind of like Clint's career. You know, Clint only cares about like people praising him.
Yeah.
I can give you the tools to help you carry.
I can give you the tools with money.
Get all the cash.
I can give you tools.
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision.
Dude, what's up with this Puerto Rican Dracula? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
Who
he's one of
is
your
he?
people. He's one of your
No, he's not.
Uh-huh.
No, he is not. Like, we would burn that Dracula at the stake.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Dracula.
Yeah, dude, he's wearing a cloak. Who wears a cloak in 2025?
I think there's a character called the Hood something. And I think that's who this guy is.
I've seen people speculate that that's what he's based off of.
Yeah.
And then there's all kinds of other connotations where if it is the Hood, he has bigger ties, but people are speculating kind of wildly about that.
Yeah. But let's back up again. Her motivation is just to, for self-congratulations, so she can be iconic. And it's just her ego. That's all it is.
But anyone
Wait a minute. Is he going to stab that guy?
who's ever accomplished
Ooh,
anything
that's
iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Yeah, he's that
What?
Hood guy, that invisible dude.
Yeah. So he's
He's a-
kind of the
he's a-
bad guy.
Yeah.
So he's like her temptation to go over to the bad side. So he's the bad guy behind her.
Yeah, he'll be the villain she has to fight.
Yeah.
And then this gang right here.
And then some sort of
the villain that hired her.
redemption story for her.
Yeah, so once again, like, why do you need superpowers to battle these guys? You got an Iron Man suit.
But anyone
Dude, like, you only need ice to fight these guys.
Look at, there's actually blood there on his throat. He slit this guy's throat.
Yeah.
Maybe the security guard, instead of running towards the guy with the knife, should just back up and point his gun at him and shoot him. But
It would have been smarter. But let's back up again. So Ironheart's going to fight guys with knives? Okay.
accomplished anything iconic in
well,
life
that girl can jump over a desk.
Ooh. Okay, so he explains how things are iconic.
Who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get.
Okay, so to be iconic in life, you have to do questionable things. I don't think if you look up the definition of iconic, I don't think that's the definition of iconic. I think she's supposed to be so smart and she's fallen for this guy's lines. Like, come on.
Get it done.
Yeah. Maybe she's in the spectrum. That would make it way more inclusive.
Oh, yeah.
What will you do, Riri?
Riri.
All you have to do, Riri, is sell your soul to me.
All you have to do, Riri, is sell rocks. That's how the kids do it nowadays.
Oh, my gosh. Could they try harder to make this poor girl look more homely?
Enough, a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
Ew!
You can chew a lot. What does that even mean?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
Ah.
Ugh.
All right, this suit's a little better than the one that was in.
But not much.
Looks like plastic.
Yeah.
You know what? It looks like the suits that like Vanko did on Iron Man 2.
Right.
Like, remember, it looks like that.
But why does she need this suit to battle a guy with a knife?
Overkill.
You know nothing about this man.
Yeah, but she's a genius. Remember? She's a genius. Ooh.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
You're going to end up dead or in jail. So she's hanging out with bad people.
This is so much bigger.
This is so much bigger. What an idiot. Story about an idiot.
I would watch that. This is the story about a moron.
Yeah. Like, nothing about it looks entertaining.
Well, there's nothing altruistic about it. Like, of course, you're being manipulated to build a weapon for somebody else. This is just, come on, man. How did you not see this coming?
Come on, man.
That truck had it coming, though.
This is wild.
I heard some YouTubers say, why do they always have to play like African type music with these like these shows?
Shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady.
Yeah. Do they really
this is writing. My bunker is not shady, and you've bitten off more than you can chew, and she says I can chew a lot.
I can chew a lot.
These are the jokes, people.
Yeah.
Will the shady bunker have that on the wall?
Live, laugh, love. That's a good point. This guy should get the suit.
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Maybe that's how he lives, laughs, and loves with missiles. She's awful judgmental for a criminal.
And the thing is, this all comes down to writing. It is just bad writing. Like that has been the hallmark of this whatever phase 4 or phase 5 we're in. It's iconic, exactly. It's iconic writing. But I mean, this Miss Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder. I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder was god awful, but it was writing. Like, they're spending money on these budgets. It's the same characters that we liked from like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. But the writing is atrocious. Like, they have no idea how to put a script together, how to make a hero, how to put him through a hero's journey, create a villain. None of this stuff. Like, it's a joke.
Well, the thing is, like years ago, when
Clint, it's not a joke. These jokes are funny.
when the cinematic universe was going on, and then Marvel started introducing like these B characters, like, oh well, Riri's going to replace Iron Man. We're going to have a female Thor. We're going to, Miss Marvel. All of these things, and so they use the comic book company as R&D, right, for the film, because it's less money to do. So they did all this R&D and created these characters, and they put them out there. But the thing is, they didn't listen to the data that came back. Nobody liked Riri Williams. The book didn't work. Miss Marvel, all that stuff. Those titles didn't work. The sales were bad, and all that stuff. So they put this stuff out there. It's like, let's R&D it, but they don't listen to the feedback, right? It's like, well, what's the point? You put this stuff out, people are telling you, and then you just keep doubling down on it. So
but that's the thing. Like, don't ask the question if you think you already have the answer. That's the problem with these characters. Like, they thought people were gonna love it, and when people said, "Hey," they didn't even say, "We don't love it." Like, what is this? It's like, "Oh no, you guys are wrong." That's what their attitude. Like,
you're wrong, but then they just keep doubling down on it. So they keep thinking like, well, if we just keep this in print, because how old is that character Riri Williams now? Like 5, 6, 7 years old.
Almost
like
10
Bendis did Bendis create her? I think
so.
Bendis's things.
But then if you think about it, now they can go, oh well, the book has been in existence. This character's been in existence for 7 years or however long it's been. And so then all of a sudden it's like they have their data, right? They have, their green light because the character sustained in comics for 7 years or whatever. But the thing is, in normal circumstances, the book would have been canceled. And some of these books have been canceled, and they just re-release it with the number 1, to try it again, to get the numbers up, to justify existence. And the thing is, these characters have never really connected with an audience in the comics. And so then they go, okay, we don't have the data. We don't have anything to support this. Let's put $100-200 million into this now, as far as a film or a TV show or whatever. It makes no sense under any kind of circumstance, like any business. Like, okay, we create a comic book, right? It doesn't sell, or a character, people, you unanimously say we don't like it, right? What do? Do you just keep publishing that, that title or that, and then like you said, Pedro, then you blame the audience for not liking it? Like, it's absurd. It's completely absurd. So this is why, Marvel and DC, or not DC, but Disney are in the position they are now, because they don't listen to anything.
No.
Yeah, they just keep creating BS after BS. So I think it's going to take a lot to humble Disney. I think that Fantastic Four could be the straw that breaks the camel's back and brings them to some kind of reality.
If that movie stumbles at the box office, there's gonna be a lot of noise coming at Disney about how, because everybody's already talking about how all of these movies have underperformed now for being other than Deadpool. They haven't had a hit, and Deadpool just used all the tricks
really well. Wait,
what's that?
Thunderbolts is doing really well.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Not against its budget. It's
got 100,000. It's got 100 million. Is that right? At this point, it's a $200+ million movie. They haven't even broken even yet, and they're in their third or fourth week. Like, the numbers don't support it.
Both Thunderbolts and Cap 4 needed to make at least 600 million to break even, especially with Cap 4 with the reshoots. And Thunderbolts is underperforming what Cap 4 did, and Cap 4 isn't going to make anywhere close to 300 million.
It's done 300 million so far globally.
But it's 100 million here.
Right.
That's maybe a break even. That's not even a break even, because when you put in the advertising budget and all that other stuff,
they're still out 2 weeks.
Dude, they used to make that in the first fucking opening weekend.
All movies are not doing well. This is not a just a Marvel thing.
I don't know. Minecraft did pretty well.
Top Gun did pretty well.
Yeah.
Harvey did.
Minecraft did what Marvel movies used to do. Marvel hasn't, other than Deadpool, Marvel hasn't had a movie that's done that kind of
You make it sound like Deadpool was 10 years ago. It was in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not. The ship isn't sunk. You know. Maybe it's got a hole.
It's been a long string.
The ship isn't sunk, but the crew's dead. Todd.
Movies.
I mean, Thunderbolts has been a surprise hit so far, and you're already crushing.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, Todd, because I don't want to. I'm trying not to jump all over you right now.
No.
But the thing is, okay, wait. Even with good, because. Okay, I've heard the worst thing said about Thunderbolts is like it's okay, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have a great.
And it builds up from that. It's a good movie. We enjoyed it, whatever, right? But even with good word of mouth, that movie is still not bringing the audience. So, the Marvel Universe is still thriving, even with good reviews. It's not bringing in people into the theater, right?
It's not?
Good word of mouth? Yeah. They haven't even broke even yet.
What week are they in?
I think they're going into week 4, aren't they?
No.
Week 3?
Last weekend was second weekend.
Right. So they're in the third weekend this week.
Right.
Right. So you're saying they can still pull this tailspin out and make a successful landing?
It's already doing pretty good. I mean, I don't understand where you're going.
Based on all the Marvel movies, all the trajectory, everything that's gone on before, this movie is not tracking
based on it has none of the former like big stars that they've used in any of the movies, right?
Yeah, that's true.
This is almost like how what was that Guardians did, right? Almost like similar to Guardians. This is a surprise hit. Nobody, I know who these people are. I know who they are as far as actors and what other things they've done. But this is kind of big for them to not have none of those people in it. Nobody. No Robert Downey, no Chris Evans. None of those people are in it. Nobody that they had to pay some like $30 million to, right? Not one of those actors is getting huge money.
And how come the budget's still like, $200 million?
Because they had to shoot it like 3 times.
It is a good comparison against Guardians because nobody knew Guardians. Nobody knew a lot of these characters. Opening weekend box office for Guardians of the Galaxy was $118 million. The opening weekend box office for Thunderbolts, they were hoping for 75, and I think they hit like 69 or so. They didn't even.
Okay, so the film Thunderbolts cost $180 million to produce, with an additional $100 million to market. So this is almost a $300 million. The film has grossed $272 million globally
in 2 weeks.
So now they're
Let me finish. To recoup its production and marketing costs, Thunderbolts would need to generate at least 280 at the box office. So they haven't quite broke even yet. So they're close.
So they're close.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as dire as we were making out, but
no,
you think
it's still not this mega hit that Marvel was getting used to for a while.
No. But what you're failing to take into consideration, Todd, is if you judge this against other Marvel movies, it's not a success. If this was a standalone movie put out by another like Paramount or Universal or something like that, yeah. But when you compare it to the other Marvel movies, it's not that big of a success.
This is online. Oh, sorry.
But you're acting like the trend is like, but actually with Deadpool and Thunderbolts, it's kind of like, so it's not a steep dive. You're acting.
I never
like,
said it was
gliding. It's gliding towards a volcano.
Like, tombstone there. You're putting the tombstone on Marvel already, and it's not even anything like that.
No, we're not.
I would say this movie is doing about as good as Eternals or Shang-Chi. Now, if you're basing your success off of what Shang-Chi or the Eternals did, it's doing
Why don't
okay.
you wait till it's all said and done? How about we do that?
No.
No,
Well,
because you don't want to admit. You don't want to admit. All you want to do is bash on Marvel.
But after
No, Clint's not bashing on Marvel. Clint said it was a good movie.
He's the biggest basher of Marvel.
I just don't think.
No, he said it was a good movie. He said he enjoyed it.
He said it was an okay movie.
No, he said he enjoyed it.
I liked the story. It was a good movie. I think
it was a hard sell to begin with, right?
I think previously poor performing Marvel movies affected this movie's box office. That's my main point.
Fair.
Is like I would say Captain America 4 not being a very good movie hurt this movie a lot.
Fair.
Because I think this was a much better movie than Captain America.
But nobody was going to buy bulky suit Falcon as Captain America anyway.
Yeah.
It was really, really going to be tough. And they shot that movie like 3 times, didn't they?
They had a ton of reshoots, and that's why the budget on that ballooned.
They're it just wasn't going to go the way they thought it was going to go because they didn't take that character and make you want to root for him. Right?
No, they didn't. They didn't even use him.
No,
well, they took all the likability out of the character, just like Riri Williams. Like like that Sam Wilson character, they took all the likability out of him, and then they made him like somehow like he's political now, right? Like now, like all of a sudden, he's going to stand up for the little guy or the whatever. Like Senator, you need to do better. Like, who the hell are you? You're lucky that the government allows you to.
If you go back to that first Captain America movie, that was a guy you were rooting for. He was trying his best to just go to war. So that was, there was so much like charm in that movie, that had so much to like. You were rooting for this skinny little guy who all he wanted to do was go fight with his buddies. And he felt like they shouldn't have to go if I can't go. There was so much in there that made it so likable.
Well, the thing is, he unlike Riri Williams, everything was about somebody else, helping somebody else. It was never even about helping himself. Like when you see him, he's working at a VA, trying to help, veterans, from wars and things like that. I don't know, just kind of acclimate to civilian life. And, so everything you saw that guy do was like he was giving of himself, trying to make things better.
Sacrificing himself.
What's that?
Right? That in the end, he sacrificed himself for not anyone dying in some kind of big explosion. That was the end, right?
Sam did? Sam did?
No, I'm talking about Captain America.
I'm talking about Sam. I'm talking about Sam, like his story arc.
He has no story. He was a guy who was running in the fucking park.
I just told you his story arc. Are you not even paying attention?
He was a guy who was running in the park, which is great.
You know what? We need to start talking about like Superman now. Do I have to repeat it? Okay, Sam Wilson is ex-military that paid a hefty price watching his partner die. He was using these experimental wings to fight wars and things like that. So then he comes home. He has a hard time acclimating to civilian life. He even talks with Steve Rogers about it, like your pillow is too soft, all that stuff, right? So then already you're like, oh, this guy's having a hard time in life. And then when you see him, he's giving of his time and energy to a VA hospital. You see, he's helping people, acclimate them because he's having a hard time. He knows they are too. So every time you see Sam is giving. He's trying to help somebody. So it's all organic. So when Steve Rogers needs help, that's what his role already is. He steps up, he helps Steve Rogers. So that's his story arc. He's a hero, but he needs something. He needs a place to put his energy. So with the Falcon, he has a place to put that energy to help people. That's his character. He's helpful. You need to do better, Senator. You know what I need? I need a shield. I need a cap shield, and that's going to make my character way better. All right. Well, I think we lost Clint, so
yeah, we did.
So everybody, good night.
With that one, yeah, Clint said, I had enough.
I've had enough. But anyways, the Superman trailer dropped today, and it's pretty good, okay, Todd, I'm secretly hoping that Superman kicks the Fantastic Four's butt. Okay, how about that? I've said
Now
it.
you're a DC guy, huh?
I'm not a DC guy or a Marvel guy.
Yeah.
I just want Marvel and Disney to do better, Senator.
You want them all to do better. Ultimately, we'd love them all to do better. And we'd love a little fan service like we get in some movies and then we don't get in others. We'd like them to take the characters kind of serious in the sense of who they are, what they were, and how they began. We don't want Black Wonder Man and all that. It just doesn't make any sense. And it kind of kills the idea of it right off the bat. But if you take what was there and you take it seriously and you mine some of the original material, you're off to a good start. And they just don't do that all the time.
Right. They try to change the character at a whole cloth, and I think it's ego. I think if you really loved the Falcon and Sam Wilson's character, you would understand why it was so horrible to give him the shield. Like all of us knew it was a mistake. Most people knew it was a mistake, but Marvel executives, Disney executives, it's their ego. It's like, well, no, let's turn this character into Captain America. Just a complete mistake. And we all know it. All right, we got Clint back. He's got a Superman T-shirt on. We're gonna play.
We've talked enough about the crappy stuff. Let's talk about the good stuff.
Well, no, that's where I'm going. So yeah, I got the Superman trailer here. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. So,
are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
You'd let me interview you as Superman.
Sure.
I just want to back up for a minute. The genius of this scene is that she's interviewing Clark Kent as Superman. And the thing is, when you watch this scene, if you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to tease it too much or step on it, but you'll see why it's better that he's in civilian clothes versus the Superman outfit. But anyway, here we go.
Ready?
Let's do it, Cronkite.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Man.
Miss Lane.
Oh, it's so
Right
good.
there.
It's
Right
so
there. It's
freaking
so
good, man.
Yeah. And doing it in street clothes instead of Clark hunched over and then standing up taller as Lois is going to walk into the room and taking off his glasses. It's him hunched and then, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, and from what I hear, and I'm trying not to judge it, but I heard that scene, this interview is 10 minutes long in the movie. But I think what they're going to do is they're going to cut back and forth to other things. Mm-hmm. So I'm reserving judgment because
I love the back and forth, and I'll tell you why I love the back and forth. Because Lois is a liberal MSNBC news reporter, and to me, Clark sounds very mega.
Well, let's get into that. Let's play it, and
under a lot of fire.
you can see what you're
What
talking
some
about.
might.
lot of
It's a lot. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. That's funny.
My actions
This is good.
stopped a war.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is where
like, listen to all of Lois's responses. It's always maybes, and it's seeming to. It's very MSNBC, CNN news framing of the questions.
right.
Yeah.
Because nothing can be straightforward. Nothing could be
Exactly.
like as altruistic.
There's no absolute truth. There's always like an angle to everything.
Right.
And it's never like,
Exactly.
Lois, would you have rather I just let those people die? You know?
Yeah. Well, let's get to this.
Not maybe. I did.
See, that's so good. Not maybe. I did.
I did.
Not maybe. I did.
In effect, you illegally entered a country.
This is
In
how you're going to
effect.
be?
I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman. Did you consult with the president?
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative.
See, you know that this has been edited to like the most extreme parts of it, because when he goes back and goes, I get the feeling like she's been at this guy for like a half hour,
Yeah.
just like lambasting
Did you
him.
consult with the president?
Just watch this.
No.
You seemingly.
It's gonna work though. It works in this trailer.
Yeah.
Just this, and this is just the two of them sitting in a room bantering back and forth, and it works really good. So
Right.
I've already got very high opinion of the writing, just the writing for this, that it gets you this worked up.
Yeah, because if you can make something like this interesting, and
Yes.
there's not a punch thrown or anything like that, then
Exactly.
there is hope.
Seemingly acting as a representative of
I
the
wasn't
United States
representing
will cause
anybody
more
except for me.
problems around the world.
and doing good.
The reason this is I like this scene a lot, but I want to reserve this, and I'm going to say it out loud. The only way that that's going to work, like him getting irate and doing all that stuff, is they have to show that he's right. You know what I mean? Like that Superman needs to be Superman, and that he can't be policed, and he can't be forced, and he can't do that stuff. And you just have to either trust him or not. It's going to be that simple, because I do think like it's kind of black and white. Like he has a very straightforward way of looking at life. Somebody needs help, he's going to help them. That's it. It's not more complicated than that. But he lives in a very complicated world. I've worked on Superman for many years, and this is the constant debate. They usually change Superman to fit the world that he lives in. I say that's a mistake. I think the world should aspire to be more like Superman. They say it like that Zack Snyder movie. They said it. Oh, the S stands for hope, but they never illustrated it. So my hopes here are that Clark Kent, Superman, is right, doing the right thing beyond belief. Beyond, above and beyond. I'm sorry, is a better way of looking at it than going through bureaucracy and waiting for somebody to give you the green light that you can do this stuff. Because also, if somebody needs their life saved, it's immediate. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have time.
You can't check with somebody. Is it okay if I go save their life?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United.
And that's another thing. Like, they can't do that. They can't have him become a representative. He can't be a public stooge. He can't work for the government, and take orders from the government. They can't do that. So I think it's an interesting premise that they're posing, but my hopes are that they don't play it out like Lois is right.
But they're also they're framing it very much in with what's going on today with media and with what you're talking about, where like you hope that Superman's right, but the way, like, listen to the way Lois asks all these questions.
Right.
It's you're seemingly representing, like, it's always like a setup. There's always like
like
an
how it
escape.
looks. Yeah.
There's always an escape for her if you call her on what she's asking you about, and that's how the media is. So they've done a lot of the way they're writing her is the way the media has kind of been portrayed.
Right. But the
accurately.
thing is, like, if they write her this way, she's also an ally to him because she's cynical and she sees the world, you know, maybe more realistically than he does. Like, he's
She's trying to give him a
idealistic.
hard lesson. Is like, this is how they're going to
But
attack
not a hard lesson necessarily, but just insight on what he's up against.
you. Yeah,
You know, with people. So she could be an ally, say, yeah, you can do this. And the thing is also, if he wins her over and then she concedes and goes, yeah, you're right, you need to be Superman and you can't be tethered to all this other crap, and she signs off on it, but she's still Lois Lane, you know what I mean?
Yep.
She's still realistic, she
And
still knows how the real world works. So then at that point she could be more of an ally. And I also have to say, after saying it out loud, but you can't play Clark as a dope. Like, he's not naive. He's not naive. What he is he's optimistic. He's not naive. He knows
But he's
the
also
world.
a very young Superman. Like, I get the vibe he's a very young Superman. This is not that experience of a Superman yet. It's like they're kind of bringing him back a little bit. So maybe not fully naive, but just like he thinks people should see everything the way he sees it, and maybe Lois is trying to show him not everybody's going to see it that way, kind of.
Right, and that is a good counterpoint. It's also a good couple thing to have these both reporters, so that they both understand this language, and also the genius of the scene, especially starting the trailer. This is what the movie most likely is going to be about, because everything you see after this is them coming after Clark and after Superman.
But and then, like, to shift gears, because this scene is great, and that tells me there's great writing in this. But then the other thing is, there looks like there's a million fight scenes. Like, there's a ton of action. Like, this is not like Fantastic Four. I don't expect there to be a lot of action. Like, this thing, like, Superman's got stuff to fight, like really big stuff to fight, which
the Fantastic Four are more adventurers than actual crime fighters. So
I don't know, the thing should be able to punch something.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with you, but it is kind of they're different characters. But let's keep going.
Anybody except for me, and doing good.
I would question myself in the same situation and consider the consequences.
People were going to die.
This looks great.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
It's good. It's good stuff, man.
We're going to die.
Yeah, that following
It
scene
looks
right there
good too. You know, the thing about this is it looks worthy of the big screen. You know what I mean? Like, this looks like a movie you would go to the theater to see. Like, I haven't seen anything look this good in a long time.
Just like Ironheart.
No.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Ew.
I've heard that character explain. She's kind of
She's
like
supposed
nano?
to be the chick from the Authority.
Yeah, like she uses nanotech or something.
And Crypto kicks ass here.
By Crypto.
Yeah.
Before she destroys some of his.
I've drawn those robots before in the comics.
Yeah. I figured you had.
Look at Lex as a dick. Look at
Lex is a dick.
Your choice.
They got a great actor for this too. That
that's a good. That looks like a good Lex. Look, Crypto got it right
Crypto.
there.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, fuck with Crypto, man. I love it.
Go.
Take some of that, bitch.
Yeah.
Ah, she didn't like that.
Okay, did you hear like how like Metamorpho? They're using Metamorpho here.
Yeah.
It's so freaking cool. Okay, so the thing is, it looks like they do go after Superman for some whatever, probably international crimes, whatever. And so it looks like Lex is kind of headline, like he's
Is
kind of
Lex
helping
going
it
to be the
along.
president? That's one thing I don't know is Lex president in this movie?
I don't think so.
I would think, I don't know, because at one point he was in DC, but I don't know.
But I don't think they're gonna go that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Not
know
for this movie. Like
No,
it
not
would
for this
be,
movie.
yeah, it would be great as like a second or third movie.
Your actions.
This big monster, I'm glad.
That's what makes you.
So that's little Clark, I think.
Yeah.
Little Clark. So that's his dad saying that voiceover is all his dad.
Oh, Kent.
So this is why I do think there's going to be a little bit of a battle of ideology in the story. Like with Lois is kind of giving him the cautionary tale. Like this is what's going to happen. You know, that opening scene, and then we get to see it illustrated. So also makes her seem smart, but at the same time, they have to play it up that Clark or Superman, his belief system is going to win over. You know what I mean? Because that's the hope.
Voices. Your actions. That's what makes you.
He says, your actions, that's what makes you. So I think what I'm hoping anyway is that he'll double down on who he is and what his place in the world is. He's not going to be manipulated by the world powers and all that other crap.
Who you are.
Superman. He's not a man.
See, look at Metamorpho's hand.
Yeah. Oh, they're using him to keep Superman weak.
Yeah, it's kryptonite. Yeah, and this if you look outside the window, this is a major penitentiary. It looks like it's a super powered people.
Yeah, super powered prisons, basically. Yeah, that's what it seems
Yeah.
like.
So I don't know who the woman in pink is, but it looks like Metamorpho has probably been trapped there.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like trying to
And one of the aspects that I really like about what James Gunn has done here is like this movie, you don't have to like go out of your way and say like the other stuff happened, the Justice League, the Snyderverse, the Brandon Routh Superman, but you can if you want to, you can encompass that into it, and then this is further development of the DC universe, and he's brought in all these other heroes. Like, it's not just a Superman movie. You're getting introduced to the whole DC universe in a Superman movie. There are other metahumans that exist. There's Green Lanterns, there's Hawk Girls, there's Metamorphos, there's all the other characters, but all the characters you've seen before, they exist too. And they're just broadening out to a full DC universe now.
Yeah, in Inception, when they first announced that, I first saw it, I was like, no, I just want a Superman movie. But if they use those heroes that you've seen, like the JSA or JLA kind of thing, but they make them that they're kind of corporate stooges and that they're under control, and so like metahumans, these types are kind of more like underground or controlled. So then Superman would be kind of the liberator. You know what I mean? Like he would be the guy that then says, no, these guys are good people and that they should be allowed to work the way I do. Kind of
more aspirational, like make them have a higher aim.
Right. And also that like it's a world that these things already exist.
Yeah.
So then you don't have to explain why.
That's what I like. Is I don't need to sit through 19 origin stories now. The DC universe exists. There are other superheroes in it. Superman's here. Justice League. You know, at whatever point. Like I don't need all the origin stories again. I don't need another Batman origin story. Let's get the universe going and let's get into these adventures.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, if it goes the way it looks like it is, that society isn't really okay with these things.
Yeah.
You know, these metahumans. So maybe Superman is the one that sells the idea to the world.
You give them a little bit of that X-Men vibe of, like, you know, the metahumans are weird and we're not. Yeah.
Yeah, but Superman,
but who would be
Superman you can trust. You don't have to question him. You know, he's good beyond reproach. Then he can sell the idea of these vigilante metahumans.
Yeah.
Possibly, you know.
We'll see. But I mean, psychologically, as a normal human, how would you feel in a world of metahumans? It's basically you're what's for dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it makes sense that they play with the psychology of it all.
But also what they can do. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Oh, I was going to just say, and then they can also delve into maybe the reason why metahumans have a bad rap is because they've been controlled by bad people, either government people or Lex Luthor or whoever.
Companies, yeah.
Yeah, they've been exploited.
He's an it.
Ouch.
You heard what he said that? Like, Superman is not a man. He's an it.
He's an it, yeah. So there's contempt. There's some serious contempt for this guy.
He's not a man. He's an it. He's somehow become the focal point of the entire world's conversation.
And Lex has always been ruled by jealousy of Superman. Like Lex,
right?
That's classic. Right?
And it looks like that these guys are some kind of super team.
Yeah, they have matching uniforms, matching outfits.
Yeah, they said something about Maxwell Lord being involved, and so maybe this is like a precursor to a
James
Justice
Gunn.
League.
I think James Gunn's brother is playing Max Lord in these movies. So
right.
So he'll be a reoccurring character for sure.
Well, the thing is, in the comic, in one version of the Justice League, Max Lord was the guy that wrangled the Justice League.
And so you got Mr. Terrific, Hot Girl, and Gardner.
Except that.
I don't know what this is, though.
Yeah, the big guy in the black suit with the U on his chest. He's a bit of a mystery still.
Well, that's Ultraman. That's the other universe.
People have said
Superman.
that. I don't know for sure that that's what it is.
Okay.
Just because the U on his chest makes sense. But
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
I cleaned your boots.
Clean your boots. Clean your boots.
His folks are very Midwestern.
I cleaned your boots. I'll go get them for you.
You got almost an Irish accent. This guy just
Gardner.
Yeah, some YouTubers said this this kaiju was released from, you know how like the Fortress of Solitude has all kinds of stuff from Krypton. This monster might have been part of, you know, like Clark's got the zoo or Superman's got like his zoo in the fortress.
Look at the sign down on the left, Art.
Big Belly Burger, baby. I've drawn many of billboards with the Big Belly Burger.
This is all I wanted from a Superman movie: is him fighting big monsters right in downtown Metropolis. Him fighting armored guys that like can hit him and like throw him through buildings. Like, this is what I want out of a big blockbuster superhero movie in the summertime.
Yeah, robots. It's got robot.
It's got everything. Robots, aliens, all the superheroes. Guy Gardner flipping the soldiers the bird. Look at the big hand.
He's swatting them away.
He's swatting them away. It's like a hand, right?
Yeah, shoe fly, you bother me. Yeah.
Yeah. This has got big summer blockbuster written all over it.
Dude.
Hot Girl smash. Somebody threw a window.
I would like to see that Hot Girl thing like slower and less blurred because it's pretty badass. Okay,
wait
what
a
is?
minute. Where's
what
Jimmy
is-
Olsen?
Oh, he's in one scene. I know that.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this?
Well, he's got Mr. Terrific. Seems like he's got his own ships and stuff. So I don't know if this is part of one of his ships or.
Are they underwater? Where the hell are they?
It looks
Looks like a
underwater,
sewer,
but I
yeah.
don't know. And Lois is with them, so there's bigger mysteries. Apparently, they're not giving everything away to us in the trailer.
Damn it!
Hopefully. I would like to see this movie.
No,
So, yeah,
I'm
exactly.
excited to see this movie. I can't wait. This looks
So,
great.
I heard. What is it? Is it Rex? What is the company that was responsible for making? No, what is what? It's something with an S, not Sapporo. What the
No,
hell
it's like Sturgis, but not Sturgis. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But I heard they're in that company's in this movie as well. What I was kind of hoping is like with Metamorpho, is that his skin wouldn't be stationary, like those things would kind of be moving, some of them under themselves. Like he wasn't stable, like it wasn't always kind of solid.
Is it Stag? Stag
Enterprise. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's evading heat beams.
Right here, he's all messed up, so they're bringing the sunlight.
Yeah, to him.
The robots. The robots seem like they're going to be pretty entertaining and likable in the movie too, from the little bit I've seen.
Yeah, they have one-liners.
Mm-hmm. A lot of good one-liners.
Super Kiss.
Super Kiss.
Super Kiss.
But also the art direction, the lighting, everything on this is so fantastic.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Really well framed. I like it.
Yeah, everything looks really good.
That kaiju spits flame, right? Is that what this is?
Could be.
I have one question with this trailer because right at the end he like shoots up in the sky, and then the next clip is him getting like knocked back down, and that's how they kind of end it. Like right here, everybody's excited that he took off. They're taking pictures and watch. Then he comes flying right back at you. It's like he got like punched right back to the ground. And I'm like, that's a weird way to end the trailer.
Not very heroic.
No.
You have a dog?
Yes.
That's very Marvel though, but
Oh, yeah.
James Gunn was there, early on with the Marvel stuff. So
James Gunn knows what works. I mean,
ownership.
Crypto is Rocket Raccoon. Like Rocket Raccoon and Groot. People love that about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
People are gonna go ape shit about Crypto.
I'm all in for Crypto.
The other thing is right away, like James Gunn, the first thing he is like, we can't make Superman this all-powerful god. And the first thing he did was showing Superman gets his ass kicked. And then you're like, well, God, who kicked Superman's ass? So that was smart writing.
And then Crypto, yeah.
Wait a minute, Darren. It's interesting to me that both Superman and FF will have a retro look to them. How's Superman got a retro look to it? I didn't think it looked.
I wouldn't say the retro look to Superman. Definitely Fantastic Four is very retro.
Yeah. Let me get this super chat. Atomic Blast for $5. Thank you so much. Am I crazy, or is Metamorpho's hand out of crypto? Yes.
Yep.
In the scene with Superman. That's how he's keeping him contained.
His hand is made out of kryptonite and Atomic Blast, and you are crazy. So it's a double win.
A double whammy, yeah.
But you're the good kind of crazy, not the bad. Yeah, thanks, Past Master Stag is the father of a Metamorpho's girlfriend. Yeah, exactly. So they're going to get into that. So there's going to be some world building. But I'm thinking, I always thought the key to all that is some kind of metaphor that they can connect all that, right? So possibly all those heroes, if it's about Superman almost like freeing them, like so that they can be true to themselves, instead of being corporate stooges, or being manipulated by bad people or, you know, the government or whatever, that maybe that unites all of them. So you know what I mean? Like, so then it all
they
kind of
watch out
works.
for each other, kind of.
Right. So it all kind of works thematically versus seemingly like so, because when you first watched that first trailer, it seemed like they were so disconnected, right? But if you can connect them thematically to the theme that is the story, then all of a sudden it doesn't seem like, you know, like it's all over the place.
I do have a question. Like, Guy Gardner is a member of the Green Lantern Corps. So how could he be dominated by an Earth's institutions? Like, maybe that's the only hole I see in that theory.
Dominated, but they're all fitting in.
Fitting
finding places to fit in.
They could be tricked. They could be tricked. I mean, there's various ways. Like, I don't think each one of them would necessarily be motivated the same way. You know what I mean?
Like some of them, like let's say, you know, the Guy Gardner, Hawkwoman, and Mr. Terrific, they're working for a corporate entity because it makes their lives easier, but they can still do their superhero work. Metamorpho, caged up because he's a weirdo and they're using him and abusing him. So there's different levels, but like to Art's point, they're all kind of being manipulated by other forces, whereas Superman is kind of like, and that's, you know, his whole thing about stopping the war. Like, he doesn't have anyone controlling him, where the others do have some kind of guiding hand on their shoulder, or even much more heavily handed. So I think Art's really onto something with that, with the heroes and the way they're fitting into society.
Because also, like Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific, they could just be manipulated in the sense that they think that they are doing the greater good. Like if it's Maxwell Lord, you know, I mean, one of the things is if you're going to play Maxwell Lord as an intelligent guy, and also in the comics, he's a bad guy, you know.
He's always had a little bit of a mind control element to him, you know. Like
right. So
then, thing is.
Well, I was just thinking, if you go, Mr. Terrific is one of the smartest men in the world, right? And if he got duped, because your villains have to be way more powerful than the heroes. So if Maxwell Lord got the better of one of the world's smartest men, then that shows that Maxwell Lord is worthy of being a villain to these guys. You know what I mean? Like they have to be almost more powerful than the heroes. You know, otherwise, you know, the hero's journey is like, it's too easy. So I don't know. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, and it's still just a trailer. They've given so many things to look at and like look at why, the reason. And to me, again, it comes back to great writing. Like they're not just plotting through one simple line, like point A happens, point B happens, and C, and we get to the end of the movie, and we're just trying to get you there and get the whatever $20 out of your pocket. Like there's many levels to what's going on. The Clark and Lois conversation, the big fight scenes, the whole Luthor Superman aspect of it, the wider DC universe aspect to it. Like there's a lot of fun stuff in this trailer, and I can't wait to see more of it. Like this is what a trailer should do. It should make you excited for the movie, and it definitely has worked.
Right. So I have a lot more faith in it now. I think that they can pull it off. Like all the doubts I had, this trailer pretty much put at ease. As long as it seems like they are going to play it that way because there's enough clues there. It's not like the ambiguous. Remember the Zack Snyder Man of Steel? It's like, should I have let them die? You know,
God. Yeah.
And then his dad says maybe or possibly or whatever. Yeah. And so I still gave it the benefit of the doubt because I was thinking then the dad could have a change of heart, right? And then that could be the birth of Superman. Like he goes, no, Superman, you need to be this. You need to go out there. You need to help people. You know what I mean? It's who you are. and people need your help. But there was never a scene like that in the movie.
No.
Like the dad died, and that was it. Like there was no bigger like resolve or anything like that. But this movie, they give it to you in the movie. Like they set it up. Like Lois is almost like the mother hen. Like she's going, they're gonna fucking come after you. You know what I mean? Like she's kind of saying that. And then he's like, what should I have done? Let him die? But she doesn't say maybe. Well, maybe at that point she does. But it looks like she learns and that she does turn and that she will support that guy. Because if you think about it, she knows his secret too. If she doesn't sign off on that guy, if she doesn't believe in him, there is no Superman, right? Because she could destroy him, or at least destroy Clark Kent, So somehow I think when Lois signs off on it, that's when Superman is going to come into his own, right? So it isn't an origin story, but like you said, Clint, it is kind of like an early Superman learning his place in the world. So it's kind of origin-esque without like, oh, he came from Krypton, all that other.
And I mean, depending on how much of a continuationist you are, like you can take this Superman and it still fits with the Cavill, who is the redheaded actress playing Lois.
Yeah,
like,
that girl.
Yeah, but it still fits with their Superman relationship and still being early on. So, like, you don't have to say they're sequels or whatever, but it's a continuation of the storyline. It's broadening out the DC universe. The Justice League is out and around there. There are other superheroes. So I kind of like them playing with, it's not a sequel, but everything still fits together where, depending on how you want to look at it, things can line up in a good
and it
way.
also lines up for the most part with the comic book stuff,
Yeah.
So I think it's going to work. Kevin says James Gunn Superman is going to get good reviews and audience support, but that doesn't translate to box office success. All those things combined can get people into the theater. And it looks worthy of a big screen. You know what I mean?
Art of Roy. I want to mention Art of Roy. I wouldn't say she's an ugly broad. She's got a giant chin. But Art of Roy is also right. She's got an amazing rack. So fingers crossed.
Yeah,
but the thing is, like, I think she looks like Lois Lane.
She looks
like, I don't think any of the Lois Lane. I mean, Amy Adams.
Lois is never like the drop dead gorgeous girl.
Well, what was the one that was in the what was it? Superman Returns.
Brandon
Routh one.
Blonde.
She was almost
very
too pretty.
Girl.
Yeah, she was almost too pretty.
But she was almost also one of the weakest Lois Lanes.
She was
like,
bad.
But
to be honest,
she was just like.
They didn't give her much in that movie either.
No, this girl looks like this is what you expect Lois. She's got a little fire to her, so that's what you want. Yeah, Smallville's was Kate Bosworth was.
The thing about those TV shows, all those WB, that's all that show was eye candy because they didn't have a budget, so they had to get like gorgeous people.
The hot chicks. Yeah.
But anyway,
man. Oh man.
Let me see. There was one here that I wanted to. Or was it? The Justice Club. I think they do call them the Justice Club or something. Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and.
Well, and the thing is all this is going to be interesting about how it plays out in the movies because Warner Brothers wants a Marvel universe. So they want this Superman movie to do big, and then they want spin-offs. So, like, all these characters, and I've already seen a trailer for, what's his name? This John Cena is playing...
Oh, Peacemaker?
Peacemaker. Guy Gardner makes an appearance in the Peacemaker trailer, so they're already lighting a fire under that to get spin-off stuff going. So they want spin-offs. I'm assuming there's going to be a Justice League coming soon.
Well,
and
think
there's gonna
about
be more
the
stuff.
precursor. They've already kind of created a precursor. So if it's the Justice Club or whatever it is, I'm thinking that's going to be connected to Maxwell Lord. So if we go with like the idea that I pitched about like Superman basically liberating these heroes, if Max Lord is already somehow has the government like go ahead to do heroes like this, if he vouches for them, gets Superman on board, then all of a sudden, you know, like the club isn't enough. We need something bigger. Let's call it the league. You know, and so then you could actually.
And it's also called story angles. You can attack it from all kinds of different.
Yeah, it could come out of that very organically with that idea. So I don't know. The more we talk about it, the more it seems like that's the way that they would have to play it for these other things to work. But who knows? You know, I do have a lot of faith in it. I think this new trailer dropping today made me feel good because I was thinking like I wanted to look forward to something this summer. The Fantastic Four was one of them. The Superman movie, and also I think it's going to be in October though. Is the new Tron movie? I'm a sucker for Tron. Like just the art direction is amazing. It's always kind of a stupid. It's kind of a weird idea. It's like the Matrix did it better.
Like this is where they had to take it to, bringing it to the real world. I like that aspect of it. Like that's a good twist on what they needed to do.
Because I mean, in the 80s, digitizing an orange was amazing, but nowadays, like we need something more. Like I wasn't expecting that much for Tron anymore. The last one they did with Jeff Bridges was a complete flop. Like I hated that movie. So I'm excited for this one.
Yeah,
let's see what
I didn't hate them. I hated the story, but I thought the movie, like art direction, was
interesting.
Visually,
it was
pretty.
beautiful.
It was pretty, but the story,
visually, it was a beautiful movie. Concept-wise, it was interesting, but like there was, again, you're in the game. If you're in the game, there aren't any real.
There are no stakes.
World, like you, and so obviously this was the move that they needed to make. So hopefully they do something good with it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the trailer here.
Unit 12 acknowledging dispatch. Already in pursuit.
Just the bike on the highway was. How cool this looks!
Yeah.
I'm looking for something.
Something
I do not understand.
Ooh, Gillian Anderson.
My gosh, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Ready? Because there's no going back.
Yes, with little concern.
Dude, and they have that like 90s porno music. I love it.
Well, it's got Nine Inch Nails doing the music.
Yeah,
Which,
exactly.
that's exactly right.
90s porn music.
So there is, so there is hope, you guys. Somebody in the chat said something about like wishing, you know, like for the Fantastic Four to fail. I know I said that, and what I mean by that is so that we can get better movies moving forward. Because some people that are hell-bent on destruction or destroying the legacy of the company, they need to be taught a lesson.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna apologize for that. I still feel the same way. Do I want the Fantastic Four to fail? Not necessarily. I want to see a good movie, And the thing is, if it is a good movie, they could learn from that as well. So I'm not necessarily like, oh, hell bent on them failing, but there has to be some kind of change. Otherwise, they're just going to keep staying the course. And so just to prove my point, I loved the Fantastic Four original trailer. I love the Tron Ares trailer. So I am looking forward to some of these things. Just don't F us over. And Disney started with those interviews with those actors.
Yeah.
It started feeling like, Rachel Zegler, it started feeling like the same crap.
The stuff isn't just coming out from nowhere. It's like it's coming from the sources from the movies. And if you're trying to sell an audience to, plunk down their hard-earned money to come see your movie, don't alienate them before the movie is even out.
Right. Just let them make up their mind,
Yeah, dude. I think these people are hell-bent on sending a message nobody wants to hear.
Yeah.
It's been clear nobody wants to hear it, and they're mad because we don't want to listen to them.
Well, I think we said it on Pontificators a few weeks ago. What woke movie has succeeded? Like there's no real examples of any of this stuff working. I think the biggest things we could think of is like Oz or whatever that musical was.
The audience for that is a woke audience to begin with.
Exactly. So. And then Barbie, like those are already like more of a female.
But Barbie I would argue Barbie wasn't completely a woke movie. I think Barbie played to a bigger audience than a lot of people think it did.
Dude, Barbie was a Generation X movie.
Yeah.
And I know that because you guys wouldn't know that this is like a Latin American singer called Cheyenne. He's like a ballad singer, whatever. Dude, that guy has sold out every arena in Latin America because he's a Generation X ballad singer. So the real purchasing power is in this Generation X.
Yeah, I think.
You see it with Stranger Things. Stranger Things was a huge.
And that's not woke at all. It's playing to that. It's playing to that audience, and I think Barbie was very smart about how they played it. They played it on all the sides, and didn't go one way too far, or one way, not enough. And I think Barbie, and obviously, you look at the box office on it, like they made an assload of money. So it's like you gotta know what your audience is. And try and get both sides. You want to get everybody's ass.
Play to the biggest audience. Like you don't want to play to the small audience. You want to play to the biggest audience. So,
I think that's what Superman is doing. I think that's what Superman is trying to do. They're trying to get all the asses in the seats. They're not trying to play one side or the other. They're gonna try and get everybody in there. And I think that's the best way to go. If you want to.
Speaking of appealing to a wider audience, I have a book, and it's in demand right now, and it might be possibly the most action-packed comic you've ever read. It is called Black and White. It is Volume 3, Sins of the Father, and here is the trailer.
Woo! My favorite.
When you get a woo from Clint, that's a good thing.
Yep.
How about a double woo? All right, you guys. That is Black and White, Volume 3. We are at 34,534. There's 234s there. And we've been getting quite a bit of backers the last couple of days. So thank you to everybody who's back. We are 491 backers. We are only 9 backers away from 500. So that would be pretty monumental if we could get to that point. So, yeah, you guys, we are celebrating 30 years of these characters. They came out in 1994 through Image Comics, and I have not looked back. I have dreamt of bringing these guys back for 30 years. So we're doing that, and we got some new stories. This story is going to get into some of Reed Blackett's backstory about his mysterious father, his time with the MI10, the British Secret Service, and all that good stuff. So we got some robot battles, epic robot battles. We got Supernatural. We got Juju, who's a Voldoon priestess. And also, like we did with Volume 2, we have the High Octane Adventures. And I posted a page on X, and we got a couple High Octane backers today. So thank you, guys.
Woo.
Yeah, this is Pedro Ang's book. Yeah, we hashed out a story. It inspired this guy. He wrote up a treatment, got the green light. Now he's writing the entire thing, drawing it, inking it, and coloring it. And I am going to show a page after I go through the site here, just to show you how amazing this book looks. Pedro is killing it. High Octane 1 was amazing. That was his first book. So with this one, you're definitely going to get to see the growth of an artist. So this is the artist in the making, Pedro Ang. So
I'm growing.
And growing. So there's some interiors. We got 4 jaw-dropping covers. We got the A. We got the B, which is the Juju Lord Bacon cover. We got Carlo Barberi lent his talents, and also John Malin on the D cover. So you guys got many covers to choose from. You can get all 4 of them. I think the featured, you can get 3 of the covers, and then you can add on the D cover at checkout if you want. So here's a better image of the Juju Lord Bacon cover. So we got, like I said, Supernatural. We got High Tech, Supernatural, all kinds of good stuff. Here's a better image of the Carlo Barberi cover. And then, of course, the John Malin cover. So come by, you guys. Help us celebrate 30 years of Black and White. Let's keep this going. I am about halfway done with the artwork. So we're moving forward on this book. So thanks for all the support. And, yeah, we'll get into some Blue Bombshell. But first, I want to show off some Pedro Ang artwork here.
Woohoo!
Pedro Ang, the big Ang. So what do you think, Pedro? You like this?
I have to say, since I've been stressed out this past month, I have to devise new ways to do things because I don't have as much time as I wish I did. And I was very apprehensive on showing this to her, but he liked it. So I was like, okay.
I don't like it. I love it. This thing's freaking fantastic. Yeah.
No,
look at. I mean, look at Reed Blackett, aka Black, just like firing two-fisted. You know, Whitney throwing the gas canisters, or are they explosions or the gas?
They're just trailing the light of the grenade as they turn.
Oh, okay. And then look like Reed's using the gun just to beat them off. This is fantastic stuff.
No, a ton of energy, super loose and fluid, and great character poses and layouts. Yeah, this looks great, Pedro.
Thank you.
We got Uncle Yi like swinging away with the baseball bat, and then the Against All Odds last panel, which is absolutely fantastic. You guys are going to get a treat. This is just a little teaser of what the book is going to look like. So Pedro is not just hitting home runs; he's hitting grand slam home runs. This book is absolutely fantastic. It's a 22-page one and done. So it's all encompassing. So you don't have to get like volume 2 or anything like that. Although you can get volume 1 and volume 2 in this campaign, but they're both one and done. So it's not a continuation of a plot or storyline. So absolutely fantastic, Pedro. I'm so lucky to have talent like you working on these books.
Thank you for the opportunity, man. Like, this is a dream come true. I've seen your name on the books I bought when I was a kid, and now I'm working with you. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, no problem. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do something. It's still work in progress, but you guys are too kind.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna show another page
behind the scenes.
Yeah, let me see. That's his thumbnail. Where's my notes? Oh, don't tell me. Did I? Oh,
Yeah, even though I thought you were gonna show the other page, but
no, I don't want to give away too much.
Okay, you're gonna keep that one on the okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay,
on the
so
down
here,
low.
The down low.
on the down low, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you kids say on the down low. So here,
all you kids from the early '90s.
Yeah. So here's the main. Here's the main book. So this is Reed Blackett, aka Black. This is like the scene that really gets the plot rolling in the story. So he's at an open coffin, and this is his father's coffin. So no body. So the mystery, yeah. We're moving forward with the mystery. Yeah. So you guys, this is what the main book will look like. So I think between Pedro's considerable talent and the team I put together for this the main book, I think you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with this. The story is going to be fantastic, and I'm really, really happy with the art. I know I say this every time I draw something new, but I think that this is just next level. It's just the next level. So 40 years in the business, I still think I got a few tricks up my sleeve and things to show off. But without further ado, man, fun, bouncy, sexy.
We got a backer tonight at some point.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe during the show we got a backer, but yeah, we're at 159. We're at 160 now. So
nice.
creeping up slowly. I would love to hit 20 grand with this book before we close out. I'm working on it right now. I'm just literally I'm shipping out the last books for Pirate Queen versus Slave Girl like this week, and then I'm like working on finishing this book and getting the closeout going probably sometime in June, I'm guessing. And then I'm launching the bad guy. So like everything keeps moving along. It's just one book after the other. So if you guys have not backed the Blue Bombshell yet, now's the time to do it. I'm going to be doing a final closeout. It's going to be coming soon. You don't want to miss it. Back the book now so you don't miss it, because I'm not going to redo this campaign. There aren't any second chances. So jump on this now if you can, and I will play the trailer.
Yeah, click this link, you guys. It'll take you right over to the campaign, and you can back a book.
It's true.
Fantastic. Blue Bombshell, you guys. Clint Helinski, you going to show something off?
Yep. And if you're getting one of your many Slave Girl versus Pirate Queen books that I'm like currently shipping out, I got like 15 left to ship, going out by Friday, and then this entire book has shipped out to backers. So if you're concerned about getting your book, you get your books from me, and you get a nice little ad for Blue Bombshell Returns right on the back here. Get out pretty. So all you guys who have backed Pirate Queen and all the other books from me, if you haven't backed Blue Bombshell yet, now is the time. Jump on board. Tromboner's in there, man. I'm telling you, he's got a Tromboner's right over here.
You got a what? A huge.
It's all everything's reversed, and I can't point to it. Tromboner is one of my proudest characters, right up there with Thundercock and Crotch Rocket. I think I'm like right up there with Stan Lee with my character creation. I'm a kind of unappreciated genius before my time, but
Excelsior. Yeah. All right. And also, you guys, sign up for Clint's new book, The Bad Guys. So click this. It doesn't cost you anything. Just go sign up. And usually there's some kind of cool, fun giveaway.
Sign up to get all the access to the secret. I'm blanking on the
tiers.
Secret illustrated books.
Reward tiers, and then also you get a bonus card for that early sign up. So definitely jump on the Bad Guy sign up list. That'll be
very good. What you get, Clint, for getting so tanned?
What's that?
You forget how to speak because of that tanning you're getting.
That tan, it just melted into my brain.
Yeah,
well, you know what? Once you're that good looking, you don't have to worry about talking to people anymore.
Yeah, just
I noticed somebody mentioned that I look like the Colonel earlier.
Yeah, you need a bucket of chicken.
No, that happened. Like we went and saw a comedian, and he kind of went off on me about looking like the Colonel in the front row.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I made myself a white suit and one of those black.
Did you ever see? There's some really racist Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial, and it was what is the actor? He played in that Zorro the Gay Blade.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's always tan. Like the joke was he's always tan, and so one of the things is he's really tan, but they made him up to look like the Colonel, so he's playing the Colonel, and so it kind of I don't think they're trying to be racist,
but it just came out.
The doubt, but he looks black, and he's got a bucket of chicken. But anyway, George Hamilton.
So he's so tanned, he looked like he was doing blackface.
Well, he's leathery. Like
well, you know what? We got to wrap this up. I was going to go.
Yeah, let's go.
Go off on a tangent on George Hamilton.
I'm not going to do it. I almost went down the George Hamilton road. But anyways, thank you, Randy Howell. Thanks to all my renters. But yeah, you guys, Pedro's got a YouTube channel. He's been busy with just life stuff for the last couple of weeks.
Dude, like sort of the last couple of weeks I've been digging modes, but the classes are coming back. And like we were doing the bad news exercise. I have to finish some stuff up, and then we'll be back. So
yeah, the thing is, you guys, you don't have to wait for new videos. You can watch the old ones. Like and subscribe, and go over to Pedro's site and do yourself a favor, man. The guy is giving away some major secrets for absolutely just basically a like and a sub. So go do that and make it worthwhile. And Todd, what do you got from us? I never know what you're doing. Never know.
Nothing to show this week.
Yeah, he's a mystery and he loves it.
He loves being a mystery.
Yeah, he's a mystery and he loves it.
He's a mystery and an enigma wrapped in secret sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
in a riddle.
Yeah.
So nothing, Todd?
No.
How about a pearl? You got a pearl of wisdom?
Pearl of wisdom. Oh,
who's your favorite artist you're looking at right now?
Yeah, where is Yemen, Todd?
You always have the good artists.
Who am I looking at right now?
Yeah.
I kind of dig in Bruno Redondo, his work.
Bruno Redondo.
You know, he did the Nightwing for a while. Now he's moving on to something else.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's very simplistic, but also modern.
All right, Todd, who's your favorite artist out of the three of us? I'm just kidding. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's good to have Pedro back. We miss you,
Yes.
Bob, Comic Book Bob.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll have Bob back next week. Todd's been a gem to hang out with. He's not argumentative at all. He's very easygoing and
just like I remember him.
Just like I remember him. Yeah, you know, the one good thing about Todd is he never changes.
Yeah,
he's like a fine aged wine. All right, you guys. Well, this has been Pontificators. It's a weekly show every Wednesday night. We usually start around 8 Eastern Standard Time. And it's been a ball trying to entertain you guys. Hopefully you were entertained. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Take care.